Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Let her be there now.
It just takes over itself, does it?
Is that the first time you've ever done that?
Pretty much, yeah.
I have to always clap in the middle to match up. Is that the first time you've ever...
I don't take any hand actor part in the technical element of this podcast.
It's funny too because you're the sound gentleman.
Yeah.
Like, not in life, like as in you're a sound man.
Qualified.
I'm the sound fella then in the podcast. Yeah. But you never really partake in
I don't want any part of it.
Digital audio is what you don't really mess around with.
It's not even that. I don't know what it is, actually.
I'm making you question everything now.
Yeah, it was a band. It was a band on Saturday night that I was doing the sound for.
All right, okay.
And I'll get to it a little later.
All right.
A band called Thin As Lizzie.
Right.
Would you believe it? They're a Thin Lizzie tribute band.
I wouldn't have got that, but go on anyway, okay.
But I did, at one point I was bored out of me tree and I was looking up at the guitar player.
Right.
And I was thinking to myself, there he is there now. He just came in, Wilhelm, right?
His name is Wilhelm.
He's Wilhelm.
Okay, and where's he from?
He's from Dundalk.
Tourlestrand. Okay. I don't.
Willie came in. Actually, it's two very unfortunate names when you realise this. The guitar player and the singer. So the singer and bass player's name is Johnny.
Right.
And then the guitar player's name is Willie.
And you could wrap one up in the other man the way they're going.
Johnny, huh?
The two of them sleep together.
You'd always find them together.
Of course you would, man. Sure, they'd be spooning and everything.
I was watching Willie anyway, and Willie was just tipping away. And I was just thinking, that's what I do in the podcast. I just rock in, sit and talk. You do all the setting up.
I mean, look, it's not like there's a huge amount of setting up in it either. But I get it. Okay, fair play to me. I know I'm going to obviously take that as, again, you're saying I'm brilliant.
I think you're fantastic.
Thank you very much indeed.
Keep up what you're doing.
Seriously though, really.
And now I've realised how I've been manipulated all these years. People tell you keep going, Ray.
Jeez, you're flying at that thing, man.
You've all them speakers set up really well.
I might have another job for you next week.
Yeah, great. I'll take them, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. There's no money. And come here now. I'm going to be out of it now.
Oh, on the old-fashioned.
They gave me an old-fashioned, right, in Blind Tiger, and I'm going to be...
It looks rather marvellous.
I haven't taken the sucky out of it yet, Ray.
Try it.
I put what is a dried orange.
Oh.
Now, I've heard that they dry cure them for 15 years.
That's
15 year in the fridge before there was even a Blind Tiger.
That's not a dried orange. It's some sort of a fancy other fruit.
A fancy other fruits.
Yeah, they grow them in Guatemala.
Excuse me, if you would like, get in touch with the Blind Tiger and ask for fancy other fruits.
Fancy other fruits from the Blind Tiger.
Oh, sweet suffering alcohol.
Yeah, sweet suffering alcohol.
It's fair, whiskey, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, your snout is up inside now.
Do you know what I'm saying, though, at the same time? Like whiskey.
Go for it.
No.
Yeah.
He's
just sucking it out of it there now with his fake ice cubes. I think your fake ice cubes are the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's whiskey.
It's definitely whiskey.
It's that whiskey, Ray. My whole chest is on fire.
Isn't it terrible?
Mother of Jesus.
Doesn't matter if people drink drinks that affect them so badly.
I love whiskey, right? But whiskey is so violent.
It is.
It's the most violent drink.
Yeah.
Not but like with the fighting that happens when you drink whiskey. I mean going into your body. Yeah. It lights your whole body on fire and it bursts in the door.
But it makes you feel alive.
It bursts in the door of your gusses and it goes, I'm fucking here now, right? And if any man inside in this stomach steps out, I'll box the joy.
Isn't it mad that whiskey, the effect it has on your body is similar to the effect you have on the place after you've drank it?
Very similar. Come on! I'm whiskey. We better go and fight everybody. Did you ever hear that song, The Humours of Whiskey, Raymond?
No.
That the gentleman, what you may call him, sang.
Gentleman, what you may call him.
Yeah, Hosier. He did the version of it. You know, it's about how brilliant whiskey is.
Right.
Yeah, it's won't sing it. There you go now. Search out The Humours of Whiskey. It's about how tremendous whiskey is as well. And there's a great version of it, Ray, from way back in, I'd say, Jesus, when were cameras? Probably the 1750s. There was a video of it, okay? There's a video of it from the 1750s.
Sure.
But there's an old man drinking it in some old pub in the west of Ireland, right? And during him singing it, some fella in the background roars at him, why don't you drink it yourself then? And I looked into the background story of it. Yeah. Your man was singing songs about the whiskies and he never drank a drop of alcohol in his whole life. That's like people singing about sex, drugs and rock and roll and the boys are in sitting drinking tea every night.
You've reminded me of a story.
Go on.
Boeing
7 what?
Boeing.
The
airplanes.
Oh yeah, I knew you were saying Boeing.
Yeah,
though.
Boeing.
Isn't that so weird?
There was big debates in our house about how it's actually pronounced. Boeing.
No, Boeing.
Boeing.
Right, okay.
There's a show on Netflix about Boeing.
Right, okay. I watched some videos of Boeing trying to land there in England.
No, this was about the planes, the 737 MAX.
Sorry, there are two things that I can't watch on television, and then we go. Number one is planes landing. That is a nightmare, man. Jesus Christ almighty, especially when they're coming in like that. And the second one is these stupid stunt daredevil gentlemen that are climbing buildings.
Oh, yeah, don't enjoy them.
Oh, for the love of it. And he has a GoPro on his fucking... But you put the GoPro down and get down.
And just stop.
Come
putting
away.
yourself in danger.
Come off that building, will you?
Come away from it.
Jesus Christ almighty, come off it. I hate those videos. I can't be dealing with them at all.
Thanks for sharing.
Go on anyway, boy.
But it was a bad show to watch now the day that your two sisters and your mother is flying to New York. Carmel, big feature of the show, off she went to New York on Sunday.
Did she?
She did.
She was 18 years old. Well, go ahead anyway.
What's that?
I don't know. It's a song about immigration.
Oh, right.
Do you know
she didn't
the
immigrate.
streets of New York? It's
Yeah,
called.
she's back now on Friday. She'll be back Friday. It's not like she's going
Well,
to stay.
she did emigrate. She emigrated for 5 days.
Left.
Hey,
Yeah.
she emigrated for 5 days. Did I ever tell you the story? Did I ever tell you the story?
I don't know, Mark.
There was a boy from outside Cashel now, right? And they had a going away party for him on a Saturday.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
He was going to Australia, new life.
Yeah.
And they had a homecoming from the following Saturday.
He was back.
I didn't like his thought.
But he's right.
But 2 of those days would have been travelling.
Yeah.
So he had about 4 or 5 days in the middle where that's when he decided, Jesus, no.
It was too hot.
Well,
It's too hot.
Honestly, it's too hot for an Irish gentleman.
There's too many people.
There's too many people going.
Yeah.
That's the problem as well. We never had that in our day. Like, Jesus Christ, when you come back from Australia to hell, the whole Ashy.
Mum's doing the J1 anyway for the 5 days.
She joined the junior club over there. She's going to play football
She's
for
going
the
to play football for New York. She's going to get a little apartment down in Queens.
Oh, yeah, she get a job at an Irish bar.
Yeah.
And they look after her over there.
Oh, they will, yeah.
That's the one thing you always
Imagine
hear.
if my mother did it 3 months of a summer. Imagine if you told the old lad, Michael, I'm going to New York for the summer.
Yeah, but
Going to
3
have a hot
months.
girl summer. I only found out what that was actually the last day.
What's a hot lady summer?
A hot I says to Laura, I said, you're going to have a hot girl summer, aren't you? She looked at me, no.
Well, what does that mean?
It means go way off and have shift loads of fellas.
Oh, okay.
Or women, whichever you're into.
Shift whatever you want to shift.
Yeah,
that kind
just
of
be
thing.
shifting.
Oh, well, I tell you what, Carmel, no better woman heading over there.
Yeah, she can have a hot girl summer.
And play, like I said, play football for New York.
Yeah.
Go out there and score 1-6 from play, Carmel, if that's what you want. If that's what's in your heart and soul, Carmel, lovey.
Anyway, I was watching this Boeing
Score 1-6.
documentary.
Right, okay. Okay.
And it's about how they developed this 737 MAX. It's a very disturbing show.
Why?
Because they basically stuck something in it and didn't tell anyone about it. So they said, yeah, that's the same as the last one.
A piece of the airplane, you mean?
Yeah, it'd be like someone selling you a new shit brown Skoda.
Okay.
Right? So you're thinking, I like the original shit brown Skoda, I enjoyed it.
And they said this one's
and
better.
then this is a better, it's way less on the tank. You're going to save a fortune on petrol.
Right.
And you're driving along, right?
Right. Say they shouldn't put petrol
And
in.
all of a sudden, the car starts pulling hard to the left.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
and you're
almighty.
going, what the fuck? And you're kind of going, I must correct this. So you try and drag her back on the
Oh,
road.
the tracking's off.
Yeah, the track. You think it's the tracking.
Oh, the tracking's off, right?
Yeah,
Right,
but then
well.
it starts dragging again to the left.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then you
Right.
pull it back,
Right.
and you're thinking, I'm grand, I'm sound. And then it finally pulls you way to the left, and you end up in a field.
Right, okay, so which plane ended up in the field?
Well, it's a very sad case. There was 2 planes crashed
Gee,
because it did the same thing. Basically, pulled down.
so who designed this thing? That you know what I mean?
So basically,
And like, is he sitting at home, right, eating Pringles
it's shocking.
or Doritos?
It's
And-
actually shocking
yeah.
to see this corporate crack that goes on. They had to put bigger engines on it to make it take less fuel.
Okay.
When they put bigger engines on it, then all of a sudden it didn't behave the way it normally behaves.
Yeah, the aerodynamics of such.
So they had to put in a little system. So we'll put a little automatic correction system.
Okay.
And that automatic correction system then pushed the nose of the plane down because it
Jesus.
was broke. And then the whole plane was broke.
So, okay, and now you've obviously done quite an extensive study on this.
Well,
so,
I'm very lightly touching on it because I want people to enjoy the show on the documentary.
but you want people to know that the plane broke, first of all.
That's the nicest way I could put it.
And is this the first 2 that ever went out, like?
It was brand new. They're all brand new planes.
Go away. And this
yeah,
the
within
first
6
time.
months, within 6 months of each other, the 2 of them went down.
Jesus Christ, they'd be recalling them.
They grounded them eventually.
Yeah, well, the 2 of them were grounded very quickly now, I must say.
They weren't. That was the problem.
They pulled
That's
them
why
straight back.
there's a Netflix documentary.
Did you think that when you turned the Game Boy or a phone on when you were younger on a plane that it just nosedive into the ground?
Oh, that's it. Crash.
I was adamant that that's what happens. Like,
But they have us thinking that. That's not true.
yeah, doesn't it? Well, of course it's not true.
Please put your iPad in airplane mode or the plane will crash.
Yeah, like all these things actually have airplane mode on them. Like
Yeah.
every piece of technology. because it'll crash. It'll
'Cause
just
it'll kill a
nosedive,
plane.
boom, and planes will die.
Yeah, and then the
Planes
dirty
will
looks
break.
you give to the lad that's continuing to,
Oh, but I would get so nervous though. When I was heading out to Santa Ponsa, I'd be like, please, 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 just let everyone turn off their phone, please, because I didn't want.
Are you a nervous flyer?
No, I used to not be.
I used to not.
No,
be.
I used to not be until I had a really bad experience I told you about before pulling into knock. That was the worst ever.
And now
like.
you're nervous.
And now I get nervous watching those videos. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But I think I've been on enough flights, like, you know.
get over it.
Like, you're more inclined, you'd stub your toe quicker than you'd crash the plane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You would.
And stubbing your toe is just as painful
Yeah.
as being in the plane crash.
Tell you.
No, I've never been in both, and I don't know if anyone's ever talked to anyone who's been in both. But I could only imagine it's on parallel, like, because there's fucking nothing worse than stubbing your toe.
Do you think we could squeeze anything more out of the plane story?
No, I think we probably leave it at that. I think we probably leave it at that. Come here, can I tell you that I went away for 2 days?
This is right. You went on your holidays.
Yeah, and I came back more tired than I
Tell
ever
us.
was.
Now, first of all, you rang me and you said, Ray, I can't play Friday night.
No, I said I won't.
Ray, I won't play Friday night because of the fact that I want to, and this is your reasoning, I want to go somewhere where I can shower but not have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Shower for no reason you wanted.
Yeah, so I wanted to shower and not have to do anything after the shower.
Yeah.
Because I spend my life now going, shit, I better shower quick because I have to go and do that thing.
So you saying that personal hygiene has become quite a task for you?
Yeah, well, it has been. Yeah, it's become part of life, whereas I want it to be a nice thing to do.
Right.
You know what I
used
mean?
to look forward to showers.
I used to have a bath. Right. I used to have a bath.
Yeah.
Remember we used to talk about it here. The
Yeah.
bath was the way to go. I have time for a bath now.
No.
I have to go in and wash the beans, right?
Yeah.
Get the beans all scrubbed up.
Yeah.
And get out again just as quick because I have somewhere else to go.
Okay.
So that was one thing. And the other thing I did say, speaking of baths, is I said to Nicola, I'd love to get away and I want to eat sausages in the bath. That's what I want.
Why?
Because
why?
I just thought that was marvellous also.
Okay.
And what
And
that-
did you
what-
fulfill that?
What that means is I want to get room service while
Okay.
I'm also in the bath and eat the room service in the bath. Now, I didn't do that. I did order room service while I was watching a Liverpool match. But I had this fancy in my head, and there was nothing sexual about it, Ray, before
Pity.
we end up going there. No.
Poor old Nicola.
Because it sounds...
She
no,
was
no.
only looing for the owl.
Well, this had nothing to do with her, right? So to speak.
Right.
I wanted the room service person to come in to the room with a full Irish breakfast.
Right.
I don't know why, right?
Okay.
I wanted them to come in with a full Irish breakfast, and I wanted them to go, I'm in here, and I wanted them to come into the bathroom, and I'd be there with my bag floating in the water, and I wanted to go, oh, thanks very much, and then they give me
And they lay
full-
it on a tray across the bath.
Yeah, lay it on tray across the bath. And my
you
little
eat it.
beans, like it's sausage for sausage when it gets to that part, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? I'm presenting them a sausage, they're presenting me a sausage. But there's nothing sexual about it. No, there wasn't a sexual thing, Ray.
Doesn't have to be.
No, I know it doesn't have to be at
No.
all. I just wanted to eat a sausage in the bath, and I wanted someone to give it to me while I was in the
And
bath.
did you not get that?
No, I didn't, because I realised that I'd get in
Did you
trouble.
have the bath?
I did have a bath, and wait to hear the crack, right? Brendan's Tierney,
Yeah.
who's not here at the moment.
Not here.
Right? But is one of my top 500 favourite nice gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now, he had rang ahead
What?
to the Brafey house in Castlebar.
Stop.
Yeah, the big innocent head in him. He rang ahead and he said, excuse me, I want one of your medium-priced bottles of Sauvignon Blanc.
Right.
And I want you to leave it in the room of the Kendys.
That's very nice.
yeah,
of
that
him.
are going to... And then...
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Isn't that fair? Even when I got it, I was like...
That's fair vexing.
Geez,
now.
you're some prick, Brendan.
Yeah, 'cause
Even
that
I
makes-
felt that.
yeah.
Because I wouldn't do that for him.
He's the only one that won out of that.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't do that for him.
No.
And now I feel like a
And I
wanker.
didn't think of it to do it for you either, and I'd be a friend of yours.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but I way more... I respect you more for
not
doing
doing
it.
it.
I
Not
do.
even thinking about you.
I think he's a wanker for doing that, if I'm telling you the truth. So he landed a bottle of wine into the room, right, and to which we sucked out of for a day. And when Brafey House got wind that he had rang and said, look, there's two of them going down there, they're good people, I want to leave a bottle of wine in.
Yeah.
The Brafey House said, well, let's bump these bitches up then.
They did not.
They did. And Kendy was swinging Big Mickey around Hawley D. Higgins' presidential suite.
You got a presidential
I
suite.
did get a presidential suite. There was 2 televisions in it, Ray.
Why would there be 2 televisions?
Because you're looking at a wall,
Yeah.
television on that wall.
Yeah.
You have to walk around the back of that wall to get into the bed. What if you want to watch the television in the bed as well? There's another television there as well.
my God.
That's how you know you've made it in the world with the 2 televisions in your hotel room.
And did a previous president stay there?
Well, there was 2 pictures of Hawley G. Higgins on the wall.
So
now,
yeah, was that just because it was a presidential suite?
yeah, because none
Is
of
that
which he was not in the room in any of those photos.
Yeah, it's a
So
hot-
I don't know.
That's a real tip for any hotel. If you want a presidential suite, just pick a president.
Just
stick
pick
him up
any
there.
of them. N- Maybe not Donald Trump. But
No.
just Hawley D was on the wall, right? Along with his lovely wife Sabina, twice. And I said, well, if he's on the wall twice, then he must have been here at some stage.
Did you find their eyes watched you at all times?
Oh, but I mean, I couldn't stop watching them. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I was looking deep into Hawley D's everybody's eyes going, I know how you feel now.
I can't believe you got the Brafey House presidential suite.
We did. Now, it was also at the top of the Brafey House and at the real edge, right? So you're in one of the apexes of the roof almost. Like it's this grand room. But it was storms. There was 3 storms, Ray.
There was.
How was there 3 storms in 2 days? You explain that to me. Right? Are these boys all on the same bus like landed in or what? Like
there's a backlog because of COVID.
Honestly, there was an awful backlog, and they're letting a couple go at a time now.
Yeah.
All right, Eunice, Dorica, and come on now, quick.
And the funny thing was, the one that was actually the worst was the last one.
No one said that about Franklin.
No one said anything about Franklin's coming by the way at the end.
Yeah, because we got such walloping for the 2 days that they forgot that this bastard was at the back of the bus, man, and he was playing tunes on a Bluetooth speaker annoying the head of everyone, right? And he landed down in, and he blew the head gasket clean off the place, man.
How did you feel with the wind blowing out at the apex of the roof?
It was very, very odd now, because I actually felt like the building was going to come down the second night that we stayed there. We stayed there Saturday night.
So you're saying Brafey House wouldn't be the most structurally safe?
Well, it obviously was the most structurally safe, Ray, because the place... It didn't come down. There wasn't a tile down. No, I did see some photos there of trees down in Brafey House and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I must say, Ray, now, there was a young fella on the doer called Andrew. Right, and he was not fishing for pound.
He was the bellhop.
He was a bellhop, right? What do they call him? A concierge.
Concierge.
Right, and he wasn't flicking around looking for pound. He was just being a nice gentleman. And it was him that recommended that we get bumped up to management.
That's nice.
He knocked on management's door.
Would he? Does he listen to the podcast?
Like that? No, he doesn't. No, he
doesn't know you've met him.
He just said, these boys are out to get in a bottle of wine. Can we bump them up to the presidential suite? Now, the second he said, we're getting bumped up to the presidential suite, I was chatting to him for ages.
Been a very quiet weekend in Brafey House.
Oh, that was not going on. We're the only ones saying it. No, I was chatting to him for about 10 minutes before he even mentioned anything. Yeah. And I was being normal, like eye to eye, here we go, you're a nice fella, Andrew. The second he said, you're bumped up to the presidential suite, I threw me 2 bags at his feet. I said, get those fucking bags up. Now, I started immediately became the big
treating him the way that he wanted to be treated.
He put his hand out for pound, I spat into his hand. Right. I said, there you go now, that's a tip for you, man.
Right.
I could lost it with them all then immediately. I also heard of another trick that a member of family might do, not immediate family. If you go into a room in a hotel, here's one for you now, if you're this ignorant. Go into a room in a hotel and immediately search the room for something that's wrong with it.
Right.
And then tell the people downstairs.
There's something wrong with it.
There's mould in the floor.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll bump you up.
Get away.
Yeah, they have to bump you up then, you see.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I couldn't in any day imagine going on a holiday to a town an hour away.
That was too far for me. You're missing the point of why I went away. It wasn't a holiday.
I know, but I'm telling you, I couldn't. When you said you were going to Castlebar on holidays,
how far is that?
It's an hour and 10 minutes.
But how far is it from Ballaghaderreen?
Ballaghaderreen is 35 minutes.
Yeah. So you're going...
Castlebar was never on my radar for a holiday.
Well, originally, I hate saying this now because they treated us so well. I wanted to go to Westport.
Yes.
So I had to go to the B team of Westport, which is Castlebar.
And why did you not pick Westport in the end?
Because you couldn't
get...
It was all booked out, man. You couldn't... There wasn't a room to be found in Westport at the weekend.
So Castlebar is the poor man's Westport.
Kind of, a little bit, yeah. No, we didn't treat the wallet like it was the poor man's Westport.
No. Did you dine out? Did you go down for the fancy dinner in the fancy restaurant?
We did. Now, I'll tell you one thing now, Ray. Yeah. Right? I ordered, in the 2 days, I said, we'll pay for one meal.
One dinner.
Along with it as well. 2 days, one dinner. Yeah. Right? And lump sausage in the morning. Now, the food was unbelievable, Ray. Okay. Now, we skipped the starter because the soup was butternut squash. And I said, right?
Did you not enjoy butternut squash?
I wanted to eat butternut fucking soup. Give me vegetable soup. Good, heavy vegetable soup. Right, this shit should be thicker than a smoothie, okay? Yeah. Right? Now, and then we got a steak then each for the main.
Yes.
And when it landed out, I said, Nicola, that looks lovely. I can't wait for the rest of it to come out.
Oh, there wasn't enough.
Jesus Christ, now, Ray. I tell you, the way that these posh restaurants do have it, Ray, it's the one thing I'll say. Will you stop skimping on the lump?
But you wouldn't be stuffed after it.
Yeah, but don't be skimping on the lump, though. I know, and you're right, too, because Irish people...
we eat too much at dinners.
Irish people eat too much of a dinner. Yeah. 100%.
And a very good friend of the podcast once said that you have to give them loads or they'll give out.
Well, I think it goes back in our history to the fact that we probably never got food, and that now that we have
maybe the famine might have been the traumatic event
perhaps
that caused that problem.
A bedeta, gone a rotten in the ground.
You always have to have big portions in Ireland, otherwise they get freaked out and they think something's going wrong.
Yeah, or because you don't know, you mightn't get that tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? The bedetas could go rotten again tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the only thing now. But having said that, Ray, the meal that we had in the normal place called Healy Max, right? Gorgeous, and do you know what was playing? Which brought me way back to... I just went to Nicola. This is it now. The COVID's over.
Yeah.
There was a one-man band,
lovely
keyboard, backing tracks, the lights, and I said, this is it, like.
This brings me lovely on now to one of the questions I wanted to ask him.
Oh, go on. Podcast. Yeah.
You be a musician-y type.
Well, yeah, some people would say that's my job.
Was there any songs from the...
a musician-y type.
A musician-y type. Was there any songs, this gentleman... What was this gentleman's name? Do you know the name of the act?
I don't know.
It wasn't Sylvie and Deirdre, was it?
No, who's Sylvia and Deirdre?
Sylvie and Deirdre, Big in Mayo.
Oh, are they? No, this was another gentleman.
And that'd be good crack if there was just one guy called Sylvie and Deirdre.
The Sylvia and Deirdre trio. And there's one lad playing the keyboards.
Deirdre's recorded, you see.
Right, yeah, she's brought in virtually.
Anyway, was there any particular songs that this gentleman played that really got a reaction out of the crowd?
He played Who the Jesus is Alice.
How did that go down?
That's a belter of a song, really.
Right,
because if you want people to sing along, give them a curse word to say. And that's what people love the opportunity to curse. He played Who the Jesus is Alice. He played a load of old kind of nerdy.
Was there any particular song that didn't go down very well, that was mediocre at best?
Oh, jeez, I think he was walloping them now.
Was it walloping
What
them?
are you trying to get at now?
I'm
That
trying
I've
to
been
get at
doing
the
some
fact that-
mediocre stuff.
No, not that. On Friday night, myself and a couple of boys played a gig.
I know what you're doing. Sorry, I know what you're saying. Sometimes you hit and miss.
No, I'm saying that there are certain guaranteed winners of songs.
Yes, there is.
And then there's other songs that just fall on their arse.
Yeah.
Yet they're still played.
Yeah.
They're fodder.
And why do we still do them?
I don't know.
Well, here's a big one for you now.
Yeah.
Here's a big one for you, right? If I was to play Friends in Low Places in Ireland, what would happen?
They'd go mad.
The roof would lift off the pub.
Yeah.
Now, a gentleman friend of mine played it in Dublin to a bunch of Americans.
And they hated
They
it.
nearly got sick.
Yeah.
They were like, what the you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, it is country specific. But my point is that you have this like set list of songs, and there's wallopers. There's ones. This is the thing. Whenever I look at a set list, you're kind of going, "We need to keep that one.
Yeah.
We need to keep that one." Like Proud Mary, that's
Yeah.
essentially a guaranteed winner.
Proud Mary, here they are, lads.
Yeah.
Here they are, right? You want Kendy's info into how to be the best of the best musicians, right?
But, yeah.
Proud Myra,
Proud Mara,
right? Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside,
Or as
it
I like
works
to call
all
it,
the time.
I like to call it Mr. Japside, right?
Okay.
And the third one, Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yes.
That's a huge
Huge
you
one.
start walloping those out.
Yeah.
Hey Jude,
Oh, unbelievable.
What's Up by the Four Non
Yes, that one.
That one will wallop anywhere you go.
There's a take that one that's great. And you've gone so far.
Oh, that's a
But
belter.
you
Yeah,
can't sing that in the
Never
band.
forget where you're coming
You
from.
have to put that on after. That gets
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget where you're coming from.
We did another killer song. We did
all these things that I've done. Another great one.
I haven't played them in so long.
Sometimes it's hit or miss now, that one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be guaranteed on that one.
Would you not?
Like, here's the thing, right? Especially in the wedding business. Let's say if you're having a wedding that's here or there.
Yeah.
Right, okay? What you do is you save about 3 songs for the last 10 minutes. Because you go, okay, lads, we're going to do Proud Mary and Don't Look Back in Anger at the end. Because we know we're going to get people up for them. And then people go, what a great night. Because we're like goldfish. We have a 10-minute fucking memory. No one remembers what happened. They only remember the end of the night.
Yeah.
So you hold
But
those
would
songs
there be
off.
ever a night there where things would be going so bad, so bad,
Yeah.
that you go, lads, we're going to have to pull Proud Mary in.
No,
Like it's nearly like
yeah.
reinforcements.
Oh, yeah.
And you throw it in halfway through just to try and pull it back.
It's a fail-safe, Ray. So, okay, so what happens is, right, you're doing a wedding,
Yeah.
right? People are full of beef,
Yeah.
right? As in literally from the dinner, right? They've had a soup, right?
And those that had fish are no crack.
Here's the thing, Ray. You have to take this into consideration when you're looking at weddings, right?
Yeah.
Your man started with a soup, then he had a vol au vent,
Yeah.
then he had a lump of a beef,
Yeah.
right? And then he had profiteroles.
And 17 pints of porter in between.
Yeah, and then a half an hour later, right?
Yeah.
You asked him to get up and dance for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Ray, he would shit the floor. Like.
Highway to hell.
Yeah.
There's another one that seems to work.
Yeah, a hit or miss. No,
Yeah, hit or miss.
AC/DC's hit or miss because you don't know what kind of Cairnshaw crowd will she, Ray. Do you know what I mean?
It's a crowded witchy.
So, but here's the thing, right? So you would pull it halfway through, right? How's it going, folks? We're just going to take a break. There's some tea, coffee, and sandwiches being served. Even though you only had 45 minutes ago,
Yeah.
we're going to stuff you again. So you'd sit down then and you'd have a halftime team talk. No more than Alex Ferguson or the Jurgen Klopps,
Yeah,
right?
to make all the difference in the second half.
Somebody in the band would sit the rest of the band down and
Yeah.
go, come on, lads,
And I
now.
know very well what one fella will say straight away.
Go on.
Lads, I think we should do Don't Believe a Word.
Ah, that's a big one again. That's another one.
Don't Believe a Word by Thin Lizzy.
Massive. That's
Yeah.
going to lift it out of us.
That's going to get people dancing.
Listen now. Halftime team talk. Sir Alex Ferguson, Jurgen Klopps, Pep Guardiola, Brian Cody
We're with
sits
you.
them down
Okay, I have
and
you
says,
now.
lads, come on for the second half, right? We're going to pull out all the stops. I need everyone on come on, lift it. We're going to start with Proud Mary into the second half.
Oh,
and
wow.
you're going, whoa.
Statement.
Now, that's a statement song that you're after making.
You mean business.
And you'd step out, right?
Yeah.
And you'd step out and you'd start the G chord. Ba-da-t,
And every shot's
and it doesn't
going-
matter.
Yeah.
19 fucking porters inside in your man, right? A lump of a beef,
He's
right?
gonna get
A
up.
vol au vent, a soup, and a profiterole. When he hears that, he's going to follow every single young one out onto the floor.
Yes.
Because they will come out for the Proud Mary.
Yeah.
Now, we're missing the biggest hitter of every single of one of them.
Go on.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, lads.
the biggest
And this
one.
is what annoys me, right?
It's underrated.
Right.
What about 500 miles?
Underrated, Ray. Right? And you have all these smoke out stuffy young musicians who won't play them. Right?
Galway girl.
Got another one. Underrated. Lift us. Right? Who do you think you are? Who do the wedding bands out there think they are when they land out and they won't throw out a 500 mile? They wouldn't even do a mile.
Yeah.
Right? The Sweet Caroline, right? The Proud Mary. What's the other one you mentioned there now as well? All of them songs
What about
that you'd sneer
that
at.
new one that every wedding band in the country took up as their main song?
Go on.
Back.
Shut up and dance. That sounded like I was telling you to shut up. Shut up and dance. A belter.
I feel that I don't know. Will that do the test of time?
Oh, that'll stand, Ray. You
Right.
know the two more that we're forgetting about. Another one like that'll stand is the Uptown Funks, right? They lift
Yes,
it for that.
yeah.
And we're missing the biggest one of all. I know I've said that 40 times.
Can I throw one at you?
Go on.
What the hell? I've forgotten.
Come
the song
on,
is.
Ray,
Look, tell
'cause-
me what your one is.
Summer of 69.
Summer 69 is marvelous. Yeah.
Throw it out.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're going, I'm sick of playing that song, Ain't My Sack.
Do you know one
Throw
that's
it out.
gone though?
Go on.
Chelsea Dagger.
Chelsea Dagger, we used to do that.
Yeah.
It's a-
Why did it stop?
So, that's another anomaly of the music business, right? I'm so glad we're getting into this, right? Chelsea Dagger used to lift,
Yeah.
right?
Used to lift something fierce.
Listen, here's the formula, secret formula.
Another one. Kids.
All
of
okay,
this-
no, I hate that fucking song so much. You caught me now. Just what a shite song that is.
But people lose their minds to it.
No, but the Chelsea Dagger one they did because
Yeah.
they get to go. It's audience participation.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
How can we get
Touching
the audience
hands.
touching hands,
Yeah.
touching,
Not looking
flutes.
back in anchor.
Don't be looking
Right.
back at the anchor. Right?
Nautical team.
An absolute massive one. They're the ones you want to keep hitting. Ray,
What's
the
big one?
Killers wrote a song called Mr. Brightside, and
Yeah.
all the song is a verse and a chorus, the same verse twice.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? And it still wallops to this day.
Yeah.
Now,
Right,
there's one song,
still one song.
there's one song
Yeah.
that breaks all of those rules, and I won't play it for love nor money.
Living on a prayer.
No, I don't. Living on a Prayer is another belter.
That's better.
Lift it out of it. You don't even have to sing it. It's so
Yeah.
high, but it doesn't matter. They'll
Yeah.
sing it.
Yeah, they will. You're right.
You know, you'd be going, geez, I don't know if I can reach that note. Don't worry
Doesn't
about
matter,
it.
they'll sing it.
Sheila
And
is
if
after
it-
drinking 14 fucking Coronas.
She'll drink it.
She'll sing it.
She'll sing
right?
it.
So, the one song that breaks all them rules, and I will not stand for, and I won't do it, is Sweet Home Alabama. And
I was
I'll
coming to this point.
No.
Now.
No,
before-
but I gotta tell you why I
No,
won't.
let me talk for a second.
Okay, you go first.
Sweet Home Alabama is
The worst
you,
song ever
you
written.
know, you've talked about all the belter songs, right?
Yeah.
Then there are some other songs that aren't necessarily belters, but they will prop up the rest of the set list.
Okay.
Things like Sweet Home Kendy,
I won't.
right?
No.
Valoronsky.
Valoronsky is a big one.
Valerie.
Right? If you want to whip out the Amy Winehouse abroad and with the zoo
If you're
songs,
ever stuck in the middle
if
of
you're
a set,
stuck, whip it.
jeez, we better do Valerie.
Just whip it out.
Yeah, Bad Moon Rising.
Oh, belter.
Yeah.
Right, do you know why Bad Moon Rising is a good one?
Why?
Because she rock and roll, Ray.
Yeah, a little
but if
bit.
John
Bit
and
of a
Mary
jive,
want to
yeah.
step out, they can jive.
And then the Johnny Cash stuff.
Johnny Cat, if you want to hit the Folsom Prison
Yeah.
Blues, lob it out. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Now,
Go on.
isn't it shocking though
Go on.
that there is like a formula?
Yeah.
So you go right, Living on a Prayer, belter, second half of the set. Bad Moon Rising, not as much of a belter, but solid nonetheless. First half of the set.
Yeah. Do you know what the formula is called for
Well-
anyone out there? And I didn't just come up with this in my head. This is everyone in the industry knows. It's called the good, the bad, and the risky.
Is it actually called that?
No, I just made that up.
Did you? That's
Because
really
think
good.
about it.
Yeah, there's good songs, there's bad songs,
And there's risky
and there's
songs.
second warges. Like
But the risky songs are good though if they pay off. Like,
Yeah.
here's a risky song.
Tenacious D.
Oh no, that's a risky song.
It's
Great.
it could work.
Great idea. It could work because if people know tribute, they'll lose
Yeah.
their mind. Here's another one, right? Shipping up to Boston. Because it's so rocky. It's so rocky that if the wedding is too loud, they won't know what's going on.
Very similar to Rage Against the Machine.
Similar to Rage Against the Machine.
Tell me.
Now I won't do what you tell me.
Or if you whip out Metallica's Enter Sandman of a night.
Again,
you could lose it.
Risky song. You could ruin the night.
What are bad songs?
But if there's metalers in there, bad songs are Sweet Home Alabama.
Why is Sweet Home Alabama a bad song?
I've been playing Sweet Home Alabama since I was a little child.
Great song.
But no, it's not. Now, there's certain songs that you associate with certain things.
But you're just PTSD'd with something, are you?
Yes, I'm PTSD'd with something.
Tell us the story. Where did they touch you? Show me on the doll where they touched you.
So, I was young and naive.
Okay.
How
much did he give you?
Sounds like a fucking song already. I was young and naive. I was playing with a band called Lick My Stereo.
Yeah, a tremendous band.
Tremendous band back in the day. Now, I won't name the pub, but I'll name the town.
Right.
Because I need to for the story.
Okay.
We played a gig in a town called Ballaghaderreen. Right?
Oh, wait. I know it. The Fiddler's Elbow or something.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the pub, though. That's a great pub. We used to play there as well. Lovely spot.
Was it in the nightclub?
No, it wasn't in the nightclub, the Castle either. No.
All right.
Just shows you. They're the only two places people know.
Well, it's owned by the same man.
Yeah, well, it is actually owned by the same man. It's actually lovely. They're two lovely spots.
So it's the other pub in Ballaghaderreen.
We got asked to play at an opening of a pub.
Is it Stenson's or Stelson's?
Stop looking for the name because I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so we got asked to play at the opening. I was about 18. We were all about 18. Derek was about 19 or 20. Now, we landed into the opening of this pub and I heard them every day. So they're not a problem, but they are when you're on a night out. It was all lads, all wearing tracksuits. Okay, so you just know that no one's there for a night out, like, is what I'm saying.
Oh, this is what people were wearing at the party?
Yeah. At the grand opening of the pub, you know what I mean?
Tracksuits.
And you're like, okay, well, this obviously, we started playing.
This was a Mosney get-together after that everybody come off for community games.
All they were missing was the medals hanging around the neck. That was it. Like.
Ballaghaderreen would never have done well in Mosney, so... just tracksuits.
So come here. So we land in and do the gig, and it's terrible. No one wants us to be there, right? Yeah. And the owner of the pub, who thought he was going to have a massive grand opening, right? He was literally taking the bunting down as we were fucking playing. Going, right, well, this didn't work. Well, someone popped them balloons. The waste time. So he was livid already.
Yeah.
And no one wanted us to be there. We played Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay.
And a fella came up, eyebrow piercing, the whole lot.
Yeah.
And he said, lads, will you play Sweet Home Alabama? And I said, well, we just played it. And he said, yeah, but wait now. He said, play it, but sing Sweet Home Ballaghaderreen, man. It'll lift the place.
Sweet Home Ballaghaderreen?
Sweet Home Ballaghaderreen. He thought he had found us.
Yeah.
Lads, I know how to get this gig kicking.
Yeah.
Do the same song you just done, but do Sweet Home Ballaghaderreen instead.
And did you do it?
No. I rolled my eyes and said, I don't want to ever gig ever again. I said, that's it. At the grand age of 18, I am retired.
And you know something? You've had that attitude since. Every gig you're at. And Sean Riley will say it. You know something? Do you ever wonder, does Mark want to be there at all?
Oh, fuck's sake. No, I'm worn out. I'm worn out.
Yeah.
So, no, but that's not even... So that wasn't the worst part of it. That was annoying. I was like, Jesus Christ, what am I dealing with here?
So is that why you went off Sweet Home Kendy?
But not just that. It's what... That was part of the night then. So, later on...
Yeah.
We started playing at around 10:15.
Sure.
We finished at 12:25.
That's an admirable set.
Now, the owner, even though nobody was there, the owner said, I've never in me fucking life heard of a band finishing before 12:30.
Oh, yeah. No, you did cross the line.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were 5 minutes before that.
You were.
And I was like, look, to be honest, we did more than 2 hours, which is what we would usually. And I was like, unfortunately, there's obviously nobody here. You know what I mean? And we finished a couple minutes early.
And the reason nobody was there is because you finished early.
Oh yeah, but that's what it was in his head. And I actually was apologising to him. I was like, look, I'm sorry about that.
It's typical thing. He's vexed with G because he's vexed with other things in his life.
He's vexed with himself.
Yeah, for thinking that the grand opener would have worked and attracted anything other than tracksuits. Do you know?
Attracted by tracksuits.
Yeah, attracted by tracksuits, yeah.
And so then he got vicious then. I'm not fucking paying you.
All right.
Right? And I got a hump immediately.
Oh, Jesus.
I went straight to 10. And I was like...
I can only imagine, like, you're unreasonable now at times.
I know.
I can only imagine how unreasonable 18-year-old Kendy
What I would have been like at that age. Like, I was completely unreasonable. No, and I lifted him out of it. I was like, give me the fucking money now, you. And so he threw money on one of our bins. And he said...
They're a speaker, by the way.
A speaker. He said, get your fucking gear out of here right now.
Yeah.
And I stood up at the front of the bar and I said, I'm going to take my fucking time. And all the boys were loading gear and I said, stop. I load it out. Leave it there.
So you took your time?
Yeah. I was so livid. And that whole night...
That would have been a wholly different experience if you got the shite kicked out of you minutes later.
Well, I mean, I still wouldn't play in Sweet Home Alabama.
So is that why it's gone in your head?
That night is stuck in my head.
Has ruined the song.
Has ruined.
Half them lads got killed in an air crane crash and everything.
But sure, it wasn't worth it in the end, Ray, because the music died that night in Ballaghaderreen. So, do you know what I mean? The day of the music, Don McLean, American Pie, that's another one that could be thrown in.
I would say that's a risky.
Risky.
Yeah, absolutely risky. It could work and it could fall in its arse.
It's a good early set one. I'll give you that.
And it burns up a good bit of time.
Oh, it does. You could drag it on, man. Good 7 or 8 minutes. Anyway, there's certain nights in your career as a musician that you wish never happened.
Yeah.
You know, and you're
Bunny
just going,
Conlon, March 2001.
But have it. What happened?
I told this before.
This is a really safe space.
No, but I think I told this story before.
Go on,
just very simply, it was Paddy's night. We were playing, I did tell you this story before.
Go on.
Playing in a pub in Bunnyconlon called the Village. I think it was the Village Inn.
Oh, you don't mind calling them out tall?
Not at all.
Right.
Just bad. Bad. Your man. See, this happened on Saturday night as well. When we were doing the gig when I was the gig I did on Saturday night was Tinna's Lizzie.
Yeah.
It was in Garbo's and Castlebar.
Yeah.
And the manager is a lovely man, in fairness to him. And Tinna's Lizzie sound checked.
Yeah.
And they sounded tremendous.
Yeah.
And then the support band from Westport, they got up and they sound checked. And they were also sounding tremendous, except they were playing different music to what Tinna's Lizzie were playing.
Okay.
Tinna's Lizzie were playing all the hits. The lads got up and started into For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
That's great.
And
song.
a dose of Scream Edge by Therapy. And the boss man, fair play to him, lovely fella, came up and said, they're very loud.
Well, oh yeah.
Now, they were no louder than the band before them. If anything, they were quieter because they weren't as loud as Tinna's Lizzie.
Yeah.
But straight away, they're gone very loud. Can you turn them down?
Yeah.
But I really wanted to explain to him, it's not that they're too loud, my friend.
Yeah.
It's you don't like what they're doing.
Now, what is it that your man said to Sean Riley and Calvin? Lads, yous aren't loud.
Yous aren't loud, yous are noisy.
Now,
I'm very glad now that we got through that.
okay, go on.
That was nice.
It's good though.
It's good to talk about songs and their effects on people.
It gives people an insight as well. And I don't buy into this culture as well, Ray, that musicians have that, oh, you don't know how easy, you think we have it fucking easy. We don't have it easy. Because a lot of people do, it's easy enough.
Well, that's my point was that if there are so many belters out there that are commonly known that anyone will tell you, you know, what are the belters? Surely you can pick 30 of them.
Yeah, I know, that's so true.
But that's
not the point
but
though.
That won't work either.
Doesn't.
If you do 30 solid belters of a night, you're too much.
No, that's too. Yeah, it's too much. And also, Ray, it works on one of those bell curves because they're only taking what you're given, Ray.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you'll pardon the put, they're only taking what you're giving them.
Yeah.
So some of those songs, 10 of those 30 songs, are going to have to be degraded into the ones that weren't belters.
You have to do
You know what I mean?
You have to do the non-belters.
You do to build up to the belters.
To make the belters look good.
Belters, yeah.
If you play all belters, then it's shite night.
Absolutely. Anyway, that's all the music crack done.
I've one last item.
Go on.
Yeah. There was a thing up on the radio today. Will Leahy. You know Will Leahy?
Yeah. What a great name.
Yeah.
His name is just Willie.
Willie.
Yeah. Willie. Okay.
Top 10 signs you're turning into one of your parents.
Oh.
Do you want to have a go at this? Some of them are kids related now and don't really apply.
Okay.
But the first one there, you dress for comfort, not fashion.
Yeah. I do that now.
Yeah.
Well, I have a good mix going. I look. Well, watch this, Ray. Again, this is going to go to work on the audio. But watch what happens, right? This is where.
Oh my God.
So, but look, I look normal, don't I?
Just about.
Top is down over. I look like I'm wearing normal stuff. Look how high up my fucking pants are. look how fucking.
Just under his chest.
Look, honestly, my belly button's down here. Look how fucking high up my pants
That's
are.
really weird.
I dress like this now because
that's
it's comfortable.
where my grandfather used to have his pants.
I don't think. Yeah, I know. Fair play to him. He was dressed
so that's
for comfort.
how we got there.
But I look still like I'm normal enough.
Yeah, so did he.
You know,
until he took his jacket off, and I went, "What's going on? Why is your trousers so high?"
I love that, man. And the other thing is as well, I'm almost at the stage now where I will absolutely not wear a pair of pants without tucking the t-shirt in.
Okay.
Because that is 20 times more comfortable as well. Okay, so I get that completely.
I've gone from wearing clothes for comfort to now wearing clothes for fashion.
Yeah, you went backwards.
I did it the other way around.
Yeah, but I think it's because...
well, yes, people are invested now in my appearances. I'm out.
Yeah, like I'm married now. So it doesn't matter.
You don't have to try.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you have an absolutely gorgeous younger woman, Ray, who is going, I can't have you going
out like that. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You start to realise that most of the time your parents were right all along.
Absolutely.
Do you think so?
That's the biggest thing I do, Ray.
Really?
And I've said this to Nicola on a couple of occasions. I didn't think I was a wanker child, right?
Okay. Sorry, that could be something else. Do you want to use a different word?
I didn't think I was a problem child.
Yeah, that's better.
Right?
Yeah.
But I find myself now going, worrying, more worrying now than realizing, but worrying that
you were.
Did I do shit to my parents? Like, that was, you know what I mean? That was I tough, like, as a kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do worry that I wasn't everything that they wanted me to be.
Oh, well, I definitely know you weren't everything.
Well, I fucking know everything.
Absolutely. Now, you've
think-
made up for it in later years.
Well, I don't know if I have because...
your wedding was nice now, in fairness.
Okay, they got one day out of it. So.
They got one good day
They got one good day out of me. That's about all.
In fairness, I could see now Geraldine's face. She's very proud of you. Yeah.
For one day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so you think that all modern music is terrible?
Yeah, yes, boy. I am all of these things. Honestly,
That's what makes me. I'm heartened now to know that I don't think all modern music.
you're
is...
going backwards.
Oh no, I do. Yeah,
It's
I enjoy
amazing.
the modern stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's. I'm not saying it. Look, I get that people enjoy modern music.
Yeah.
I personally, within my body, right? By Mark Kennedy, him. I think that it is dog shit.
Yeah, but the modern music would also include things like "Shut Up and Dance."
Yeah, but I don't like Shut Up and Dance. Do you think I'd be listening to Shut Up and Dance if I wasn't playing it at a wedding?
Oh, fair enough.
I think it's terrible.
Okay.
That's. Do you know what I mean?
Do you fall asleep on the couch?
Fuck, Ray. What is this? Did Nicola write this list?
No, this is the Willie.
No way.
Yeah.
Ray, without fail,
You're asleep on the couch.
every day I come home from work,
Yeah.
I eat dinner,
Yeah.
and I fall asleep.
Wow.
Every day.
I
Ray.
used to fall asleep on the couch, but not no more.
You're going the other
I'm
way.
going the other way. I'm like Benjamin Button.
You're what you call it?
I'm aging in the other direction.
Your midlife crisis is reverting you back to better times.
Better times.
My one is turning me into a miserable bastard.
Would you ever say to Nicola, because obviously you've no kids, you're not going out like that?
I'd just be saying to her, you're not going out.
Oh.
Like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. No, I actually wouldn't. Though,
Would you tend to save all old boxes, tins and bags and say, just in case?
Shit.
Go away. You
Shit,
don't do
Ray.
that, do you?
No, that fucking man. This is killing me. Look under you right now. There's boxes there of stuff that was look.
There
down
is, in
there,
fairness, there's an awful heap of boxes. You're actually, I think you went to Jisk and bought
There's more.
boxes.
They're all in the attic.
You're
all this
saving
shit.
stuff just in case.
Just in case I sell it again, or you wouldn't know now. Do you know what I mean?
no.
Isn't that outrageous?
Right.
What's going on? There's 2 Blind Tiger boxes behind you. They were the first cocktails we ever got.
Would you tend to be obsessed with weather reports? Would you be interested in the weather?
Well, certainly this week, yeah, but that's job related though. That's not fair now. How all of this is working.
I'm not going to give you the 2 kids one because I don't. Just
That's yeah. Well, of course, yeah. That one isn't going to matter. Come here. I have one more bit that I just want to run by you, if that's okay as well. And we can come here. Shout outs. Sorry, have you a couple of shout outs you want to get to? I want to shout out Richie. Right, and Danica out there. Right, they came into the gig last night, and fair play to them. They both of them listened intently all the time.
Something you're not used to in a live performance.
Very weird. I didn't know what to be doing, and so fair play to them. Ray is all I can say. Now, just a couple of things before we finish up. Ray, is that okay?
Did you? Is that all the shout outs you have?
That's the shout outs I had.
Did you write a reply back to that book?
No, but you want to just
back?
get his name and then I'll write him a reply back.
Thank you very much.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, no, I said you write a reply because he's talking about you.
Oh, is he? I didn't even read it.
Yeah,
Ray.
his name is Noel.
Okay, go on, read it out to me.
Well, wait a second now. Just want to say fair play on the podcast. Binge listened the last 5 weeks and on episode 130 now. Another lunatic.
Jesus.
I had to take a break the last few days because I rang herself the last day and realised I spoke to her the way Kendy pretends to talk to Nicola.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Man, are they split up?
Just as well she's past it and wouldn't get another fella if she dumped me. Keep up the good work. Great to see you haven't diluted the humour as it got more popular, and more popular it hasn't. And
What's he at about?
And sure, if the 2 Johnnies can get a radio show, which they start today, in fairness, all messing aside, best luck to them.
No, fair. No, that is unbelievable. And
I hate the sight of them for being so successful, but
no, but you're supposed to. That's
that's
right.
typical.
That's what respect is in Ireland.
Worldly begrudgery.
Fair play to the 2
fair
boys.
play to
I
you.
love the way we're talking about them, like they're in our industry.
Yeah, you look marvellous, so you do.
Yeah, fair play to
Yeah.
2 boys getting the job there, like as if
Yeah.
we know them. They would we shit on the bottom of their shoes,
That's
Raven, as
all
I
we
said. Noel, fair play to you, boy. I take it easy on the missus. Hey,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Because they're not all, you know what I mean? It's all fun and games until you're sitting on your own playing PlayStation, tearing the head off it.
And
so,
also, Laura, another Laura Nigaralt.
oh no, Nick Geralt.
Sounds like someone that does the news.
What is Nick Geralt, Ray?
I'd say it's maybe McGarry.
Oh, good. I like that. That's probably it. Yeah, okay.
That's a guess now.
Okay.
She wants to hear more of you reacting to medical procedures. So she really enjoyed the vasectomy.
Is that after? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's some sort of a medical scientist.
Oh, well.
And she wants someone to explain medical procedure, and she wants something like a C-section or a hysterectomy.
Oh, for the love of all that's good.
She'd love that now.
Can I just say as well that like James is here and not Brendan this week. So Brendan explained his vasectomy last week, and one of two things has happened. Either he's gone so famous now and he's doing medical talks all over the world.
The backlash was quite significant.
The backlash was quite significant. Or thirdly, a load of women said, "Free shot, I'll chance him."
Yeah, he's become way more appealing when he's out.
They're all
he's married though. Get away from him.
Yeah,
please.
that's right. Get the shagging hell away from his bald head. How dare ye? Yeah. So James McManashine is flicking beans today, cameras tonight.
Much,
so fair play to you, James. Ray, I'll leave you with this.
Yes.
Ways of insulting somebody.
Oh.
And see if any of these hit. He couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel.
Why did I instantly think of a boot of a car? I'm wondering. And I'm instantly sitting in the boot of the car and I'm pouring water out and going, that is tricky in fairness.
The fuck?
Yeah, anyway, okay, that's good, yeah.
The wheels are spinning, but the hamster is dead.
They're only funny when they're said really nonchalantly.
Oh, you have
like
to say
passing,
them really. Yeah, you have
yeah.
to. The bar was on the ground and he brought a shovel.
Bar was on the ground.
As in the bar was set in the ground and he brought... You're shite at these, Ray. I like this one.
Taking me a while to get them.
I'd agree with him, but then we both be wrong. Now, isn't that a good one? That's actually very good.
How does that work now?
I'd love to agree with him, but then we both be wrong.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You might be the worst.
This is why I've had a very blissful life, and that people might have insulted me loads in my lifetime.
Oh, this is my favourite one. This is my favourite one.
Stick.
Okay. You aren't the biggest idiot in the world, but you better not hope he dies.
What?
You aren't the biggest idiot in the world, but you better not hope that he dies.
You aren't the biggest idiot in the world. But you've lost me completely there now. Okay. Can you explain that one?
Okay, so will you get me chalk and a chalkboard, please, James?
Yeah.
If you're not the biggest idiot in the world, but you better not hope that the biggest idiot in the world doesn't die.
I'm the second biggest idiot.
Because then you'd be the biggest idiot.
Okay.
I'm starting to really think some of these are really true.
Okay, Richie, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyone else there now?
No, that's it now. But that, I mean, it's great to know that what I'm dealing with.
Is there one of them there that you didn't think was good enough for the podcast?
Yeah, I bet you this is going to be the only one now.
I know, like, isn't it more than the songs, the good, the bad, and the risky?
Okay, hang on.
There'll be one there now that you chose that won't work. Let's find out.
At this point, you can only impress me.
That's shite. Oh, so I got the implication there, so it's been a disappointment from the very start.
It's been
have
so
you never
bad.
Shit one there, have you? I'm enjoying the shit one.
You can only impress me is really how that should have been said. Yeah. I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed.
Expected nothing. I'm still disappointed. Oh, right.
Ray, you know they're not riddles. You know they're not riddles,
There's
Ray.
one man sitting home listening to this, Alan Dunn, and I'll tell you, Alan, I'm almost done. It's just confirming everything he ever suspected about me. And he goes,
I think that might be it.
Is that it now? There's definitely not one more.
No, but that, I mean, I know that sounds like it was shite, but I enjoyed every second of you trying to. They're not like, this isn't like a mystery.
Yeah, true.
They were just ways of talking about people, is all. Thank you very much to James McManus on the cameras, ladies and gentlemen.
That was episode 148.
And to the Blind Tiger Ray.
And to
Anderson's tremendous event centre.
Who graciously step aside every Thursday night.
And they let the Blind Tiger...
And let the Blind Tiger kick in there with the owl.
Take the work.
We're doing the video for that this week.
We're doing a video for Blind Tiger this week because we can't put it off anymore.
No.
It's not contractually we can't put it off anymore.
I know, but I mean, I'm looking forward to doing it. The only problem we're having is the creativity to come up with something that isn't dog shite.
Well, we might ask two Johnnies maybe if they have an idea for something.
They might have something they could spare.
Perhaps. Something in the back pockets. Yeah. They surely have some extra content.
And that's the thing about you in the marriage now. Now that you're married, you should have loads of class advice for us lads that aren't married. Do you know?
Well,
for like doing better in our relationships.
No, but I mean...
Because you've like an oodles of stuff now that... No longer you require.
It's
you don't need this.
It's mad that you want some advice?
Yeah.
Don't expect anything to change.
Oh.
When you get married, you'll be delighted for 2 days and there'll be an awful buzz.
Yeah.
And then you'll sit back in the couch and watch television with her
and
again.
it'll be the same.
Nothing changes.
Okay.
Have I changed?
No.
Don't say it so fucking... Oh, jeez. No, of course. I was hoping and praying you would.
Yeah, I really was.
Listen, thanks very much yet again to everybody. Yeah. Fair play to you, Ray. Fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items. and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.